hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifesting. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my psyche.
Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explained here, and obviously for the anime only viewers, this is the time of the month where I'm going to be talking about a lot of spoiler heavy content, so I thank you for your support. Over 80% of the content on the channel is spoiler free, and for those of you who are interested in catching up on the Boruto manga, I'll leave links down in the description box for you guys to read the manga and do so in a way that helps support the channel. So if you're still here, I'm going to assume you're okay with me talking about spoilers. So in the last Boruto chapter, one thing became very clear to me as I was reading it. During that time where I decided to do that, I was realizing that Sarada Uchiha needs to get a power up. Now, I know that sounds crazy because people are like, wait a second, Sarada just got her 3 tomoe sharingan in the Boruto manga. Why does she need a power up? Well, did you just see what Boruto did in this chapter once Momoshiki took over Boruto's body? I know a lot of people are saying, no, that isn't the case. Momoshiki didn't take over his body. Look at the language that's being used. Why the fuck would Boruto say this vessel is inappropriate? This vessel is lacking on chakra. You inferior creature. That's not language that Boruto uses when he speaks. That's language that Momoshiki uses. Like, go back and read the Versus Momoshiki arc. That is the type of language that Momoshiki would say. Now, with that being said, when you look at what Momoshiki was doing, the amount of power that was suddenly coming out of Boruto makes it very clear that Sarada and Mitsuki have been left behind. Like, they were struggling with Boro once Boro lost his control, once he wasn't able to directly proportionately use his chakra when he was using those fights where he could toy around with them. You can tell just how suppressed he was just on the fact that once he loses control, he's in the process of breaking the bones in Sarada's body. He's brushing off attacks that Kawaki does that blow apart part of his arm, and he's knocking Kawaki clean through mountains and shit. He's taking Mitsuki out in one hit. Like, you're seeing just how much this guy was holding back and how suppressed he was. Also, he could play around with them. So I like what you're seeing here in this sense that when Boruto just snaps up into the power, Boruto goes through and effectively takes this dude out in only a few panels. And so what I love about that is the fact that you see the huge gap in power when it comes to Boruto and potentially Kawaki once Ashiki begins to take over more of his body. But what I found fascinating is the fact that this opens up the door for Sarada, who one of her last thoughts in the chapter is saying that Boruto's power is more frightening and more troublesome than they realize. Sarada wants to be Hokage. She knows that with her teammate gaining power like this and walking down a path where that power can potentially consume him, she's got to become strong enough to be strong enough for herself as well as strong enough for Boruto. So now we see how what's happening with Boruto is now affecting another character around him. So when it comes to Sarada's training, I definitely think that Sarada has to undergo some ruthless training. Like, when it comes to her Sharingan, she's definitely got to get the Mangekyo Sharingan. She's definitely got to get upgrades there. I think that one thing that can help her is if her genjutsu ends up being more busted than what you got with Shisui Uchiha's Kotomatsukami, that ends up being more busted than Itachi Uchiha's Tsukiyomi, which can kill someone in 1/100th or 1/1000th or 1/1,000,000th of a second, which is basically a pittosecond, which I cover in the story of how Itachi killed his lover, how Itachi basically aged Izumi 70 years and made her brain basically shut the switch off to where she killed herself. Sarada's got to get some hacks abilities on that level. It can't necessarily just be power, because the way that the power is going with Boruto and with a guy like Ashiki, who once he finds his perfect vessel, whether that be Kawaki, Sarada's gonna have to bring something else to the table. And what I love about this right here is that this was essentially Sarada's first mission as a team leader. Okay, she was recognized by the people on her team as being the most suitable for carrying out this mission. And when it came to it, she came up with a brilliant plan. but even the best laid plans, they don't follow through in the way that you need them to. Just in the same way that Shikamaru's plan fell apart during the Sasuke retrieval arc, this led to all the people on that arc training, becoming more powerful, taking the pain of loss and turning it into the power that pushes them forward. And so with Sarada, you're gonna get a very similar thing here. Sarada's gonna understand that her team would have been killed if it weren't for a freak accident with Boruto, where Boruto got his body taken over by Momoshiki. So I think that this is good. I think that this is really good. I think that just in the same way that Sarada's own mother was pushed to pursue more power once she saw Naruto being beaten up by Sasuke and the fact that she wasn't able to do anything, Sakura immediately went to Tsunade and asked for a medical ninjutsu because she wanted to be of assistance, but she also trained herself in combat. So I love what you see in that moment there, because it's something that can equate with Sarada, to where the next time this happens, she's going to be able to fight beside Boruto when things are at their bleakest, and she'll be the one to save Boruto and potentially save him from the darkness that's growing inside of him. Like, I love these parallels that you're getting here, but I want to know from you guys, who do you personally feel is the best suited to train Sarada now that we've seen this massive power increase that we've gotten from Boruto Uzumaki? Who do you think is best suited to be Sarada's new mentor? Because obviously it's not Konohamaru, because Konohamaru has been gapped by all the members in his team. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.